Leeds United faithful, brace yourselves for the ultimate transfer roller coaster. White's Army. Pull up your seats because what I'm about to drop on you will have you jumping out of your living room. We've got 3 massive stories that are going to shake Elland Road to its very core. And trust me, you're not ready for this emotional journey. Picture this. A striker who's being compared to Luis Suarez and Chelsea are practically begging someone to take him on loan to England. And guess, who's in pole position? Then we got a midfield mastermind whose signing has just blocked a $25 million move that could have changed everything. And if that wasn't enough, our dream winger has just made a decision that'll leave every Leeds fan with their head in their hands. Smash that like button right now, because this is the content that separates the real Leeds supporters from the plastic fans. Hit subscribe and ring that bell, because when stories like this drop, you need to be the first to. No, I'm telling you, White's faithful, by the time we're done here, you'll understand why Daniel Farke is either a tactical genius or walking a dangerous tightrope. The first bombshell involves a teenage sensation that Barcelona are still crying about letting go. Are you ready to find out who this goal machine is and why Chelsea's preference just opened the door for Leeds United? Let's dive in. Leeds Army, meet Marc Guiu, the 19-year-old Spanish striker that's about to become your new obsession. Remember that name because this kid is the real deal, and here's the kicker. Chelsea are practically gift wrapping him for us. You heard that right. While other clubs are throwing cash at Chelsea trying to buy this wonder kid permanently, the Blues have rejected every single offer. Why? Because they only want a loan deal, and get this, their absolute preference is for Guiu to play in England. It's like the football gods are wearing white and looking down on Elland Road with pure love. This is the same teenager who scored on his La Liga debut as a 17-year-old and left Barcelona executives pulling their hair out, wondering how they let him slip through their fingers. Joe Cole, yes, the Joe Cole, watched this kid play and said, I liken Marc Guiu to Luis Suarez. I'm not saying he is Suarez now, but he has that instinct and bravery. I think Barcelona have made a mistake. Can you imagine a Luis Suarez comparison? This is a player who gets in behind defenses like a ghost and finishes like an assassin. In Farke's 4-3-3 system, Guiu would be the perfect weapon to unlock those stubborn Premier League defenses. With Patrick Bamford heading to MLS and Joe Pyro not quite cutting it for Farke standards, this Spanish sensation could be the missing piece of our attacking puzzle. The beauty of this situation is that Leeds have $150 million to spend this summer, and with over $60 million already invested in squad improvements, we've got the financial firepower to make this move happen. Guiu's performances in the Europa Conference League weren't just promising, they were electrifying. His movement in the box, his clinical finishing, his ability to create something from nothing. This kid has all the hallmarks of a future superstar. But here's what really gets my heart pumping. Imagine Guiu linking up with our new signings. Picture him feeding off the creativity of our revamped midfield, making those darting runs behind tired Premier League defenses in the 70th minute. The Chelsea preference for England isn't just convenient for us, it's destiny calling. But hold on to your scarves because the story gets even more dramatic. Our midfield just got a seismic shakeup that's got massive consequences. White's faithful, Sean Longstaff looked absolutely brilliant in that 45-minute cameo against Manchester United in Stockholm, didn't he? Solid, composed, everything we wanted to see. But here's the plot twist that'll make your blood boil and your heart race at the same time. Longstaff's arrival at Elland Road has just killed our chances of signing Joe Willock, and the stats will leave you questioning everything. These two Newcastle midfielders know each other inside and out, and Longstaff even called Willock underrated when they played together. Well, guess what? Eddie Howe has decided to keep Willock at Newcastle precisely because we took Longstaff. Now here's where it gets painful for every Leeds fan with a calculator. In Willock's peak season, 22-23, he had 9 goal involvements compared to Longstaff's 8 in 23-24. Willock averaged 4.12 touches in the opposition box per 90 minutes compared to Longstaff's 3.08. His pass accuracy, 85.1% versus Longstaff's 89%. Are you starting to sweat yet, Leeds Army? Because these numbers suggest we might have grabbed the wrong Newcastle midfielder. Willock was the better attacking spark, the more clinical finisher, the one who could unlock tight games with that extra bit of magic. But wait, there's more context that'll twist your emotions even further. Longstaff won 117 duels compared to Willock's 127, and while that might seem like Willock edges it, Longstaff's all-around game brings something different to the table. His box-crashing ability isn't just impressive, it's devastating when timed correctly. Daniel Farke clearly sees Longstaff as the perfect fit for his tactical system. Whether we're playing 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, Longstaff can adapt. And that versatility could be crucial during the grueling Premier League campaign. With Anton Stach now joining him in the engine room, we're looking at a midfield partnership that could dominate possession and create chances from deep positions. But here's the question that's keeping me awake at night. Have we prioritized the safer option over the game changer? Willock's explosive attacking returns versus Longstaff's reliable consistency. It's a debate that'll rage in every Leeds pub until the season starts. However, if you think that decision was controversial, wait until you hear about the winger nightmare that's about to unfold. Right, Leeds faithful, sit down for this one because it's going to hurt. Remember Frank Honorat? The French wizard who played alongside Max Wober at Borussia Mönchengladbach and was being hailed as their best player. The 28-year-old magician who managed 14 goal contributions in just 21 games despite battling injuries. Well, guess what just happened? Honorat has decided to stay put in Germany and sign a new contract until 2029. That's right, our perfect replacement for Manor Solomon, the explosive winger who could have torn the Premier League apart in white, has just chosen Gladbach over Leeds United. This is the same player who tormented defenses across the Bundesliga, who had Carlos Corberán begging him to join Valencia, who was tailor-made for Daniel Farke's attacking system. 32 goals in 56 games across 2 seasons. Those aren't just numbers, that's pure devastation in football boots. Can you feel that sinking feeling in your stomach? Because with Honorat off the table, we're back to square one in our search for that game-changing winger. While other clubs are wrapping up their dream signings, Leeds are watching our targets slip away one by one. What makes this rejection even more painful is the timing. Honorat had been on our radar since the beginning of the summer transfer window. We'd done our homework, identified him as the missing piece of our attacking puzzle, and then boom! He decides loyalty to Gladbach matters more than the Premier League dream. Think about what we're missing here, White's Army. A player who spent 2 seasons in the Bundesliga after conquering League One with spells at Brest, Clermont, and Nice. This wasn't just any winger. This was a proven performer who knew how to adapt to different leagues, different tactical systems, different challenges. His injury problems last season, that just proves he's human, but his 14 goal contributions in 21 games prove he's superhuman when fit. The connection with Max Wober could have been the secret weapon we needed. Imagine those two linking up on the left flank, understanding each other's movements, creating havoc for Premier League defenders. Instead, we're left wondering what could have been while Honorat prepares for another season in the Bundesliga. But here's the thing, White's Army. Maybe this is exactly the fire that Daniel Farke and the 49ers needed. Maybe missing out on Honorat will force us to unearth an even better gem. A hungrier player who wants to bleed white for Leeds United. Smash that like button if you believe Farke has a master plan. Drop a comment below. Do you think we made the right call with Longstaff over Willock? Are you excited about Marc Guéhiou potentially joining our strike force? And most importantly, who should replace Honorat on our wish list? The transfer window is far from over, and if there's one thing we know about Leeds United, it's that we never do things the easy way. Marching on together.